I said, I'm a bit eager to get results from myself and others. So I went out looking for something better, if you will. And I stumbled upon EFT and EFT tapping. You have to say EFT tapping because there are other EFT
Oh,
methods actually.
yes. Yes,
So
that's
the
where you
tapping
you do
part
that
is important.
tapping and
Yes,
yes, on those
exactly. You
particular
tap on
points.
acupuncture points,
Over,
exactly.
over
Over the years, over the 15 years, I've actually developed my own little tweaks and my own preferences and discoveries, really, as to what works better. And what I've discovered is that so many people that do get stuck, they believe this feeling, they believe this stuckness, they believe
that they're
that
trapped.
that they're trapped, that there's no way out. And unfortunately, the reason they believe it is because they don't get the right help. So in many ways they reaffirm the fact that yes, I'm here trying to clean up my mess. I'm trying to solve this horrible state because for some people it really feels really, really, really bad. Uh, but it doesn't matter how bad it is. You can unstuck it with very simple means.
Yes.
Yeah, because EFT works with the acupuncture system, let's say, but it's much more complicated than that. There are many parts that you don't see when you first hear about EFT tapping because you just see someone, tapping on certain points on the body. But it's actually very deep and it encompasses a lot of other therapies, if you will. And one of them is EMDR. And I have noticed the importance of EMDR. So I bring that forth a bit more, maybe, than the regular EFT tapping. It interrupts the patterns of thinking that you have by I am a perfect example of this because I always have to look a particular direction to access a certain part of my brain to formulate my words. But when you have something in your brain, when you have thoughts, and thoughts translate into symbols, into memories, we have these tiny little parts, little pictures everywhere of what's happened. And if something bad has happened, it's been stored in the brain. So in the same way that I want to access something good, good phrases and good explanations,
Good
you can
feelings.
do well, no, not so much because the feelings happen down below here. The feelings are down here, but the triggers, let's say, sit up here. So if you
The
think a positive
ideas.
thought, the
Yeah.
ideas, yes. So good thought produces nice hormones, healing hormones. And a negative thought produces negative hormones that translate into the feeling. But the feelings happen mostly down below
Yeah.
this thinking
Around the
part, the
gut
brain.
area. Yeah.
Well, no, but the thinking and the EMDR is about this access. So back to accessing good thoughts, and then of course some bad thoughts are in the brain. So in order to change the charge of a thought, change it from a negative thought, oh, I don't like this that happened, to a more neutral, you can actually erase, if you will, by using the eye movements. It erases the charge. It doesn't lobotomize you. You don't forget. You don't become forgetful. It doesn't erase what's happened. But by using these eye movements, it it it's like stroking a boo-boo or sending positive vibes, positive thoughts to something that wasn't good back then. Back then, when this happened, when you were yelled at as a child, or when your boss comes to you and is rude and demands things of you that is not realistic, let's say,
Or
your
made you
workload.
feel small and belittled and
Yes,
not
yes,
worthy.
exactly. So you can erase the charge by using the eye movements. You can be in charge of it, and that's my whole point. You can shift your feelings in seconds. You really, really can. I was just the other day, I was on a podcast similar to this one with a wonderful entrepreneur, and he experienced this change in just seconds. I mean, 1.5 minutes, and he was a beginner, and so when you know this and you're familiar with how you can use these techniques, you can just at a snap of your will, you can
Wow.
switch out of
It's almost like
darkness.
making a decision, isn't it? It's
Yes,
freeing
it is.
someone from a tether, and
Yes.
so that they can decide to be in control instead of
Yes,
not having power. They then have the power to
exactly.
decide.
Exactly. And that's the biggest, let's be real honest here. Let's talk shop. That is the only reason that people don't get their change. They don't believe it's possible. There's something in them that keeps them stuck. And that's a really big and deep discussion. But the truth is, it can be so simple. So how do you do that? And that's kind of, the processes that facilitate how to snap out of things, how to start believing,
It's
how
almost
to,
hard, it's hard to believe it can happen so quickly. Is it the same with
yes, it is.
everyone, or do some people take a lot longer?
Yes, people take a bit longer, but because it's a mind and body therapy technique, and I've facilitated, I've made it even simpler. I wrote a book about it, the fastest way to stop stress and worry in 23 seconds. And once you have these tiny little tools, these little systems, this little technique, and you start feeling that it's working, then you start believing that it's possible, and then the rest is your solution.
So,
But
so a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say that some people do need a hand. Some people can learn it on their own. Some I have on my website. You can pick up how to do it. I have some very specific training, step by step. So you can try it that way and see if that's enough for you. Otherwise, some people, for many reasons, might need more help. But it doesn't need to take long. You don't need years in therapy because it is about self-empowerment. It is about um, choosing a better life for yourself. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Another part of it is the positivity, as you're saying, and sometimes I can come across a bit glib, a bit over the top, uh, and some people get a bit offended. Aren't you taking my issue seriously? Well, I am, but I'm wanting to share with you another way of taking your issues. And seriously might not be the answer. Um, so another part of this is that I want to help people to see and get to the positivity. Well, what do you want? I want to get happy. I want to be happy. Yeah, but how? How does that look? Well, I don't know. I just want to be happy. I just want to get rid of. People are so clever at paying attention to what they want to clean up, as opposed to, well, what do you want? Well, I don't know. I just got. They're so very
good
uh,
at telling you what they
hard
don't
up
want.
at being. Yes, they're very good at explaining what's wrong, and that focus itself is the shift. So I help people to quickly start looking at, well, what could life be like? What would you rather have? How would you want this person to respond to you instead? Or even more importantly, how do you want to respond to people that are short, rude, direct, not sensitive? Um, so it's very, very, in a small package, you can uncover and clear up a lot of things, really. We live in a world, and obviously this is nothing new, where we are taught from very early on, the school system. This is right. This you get good grades for. This is wrong. You don't get any grades. You flunk. You fail. So this right and wrong system is very ingrained in us. Whereas, as you say, you cannot change people. It cannot be right all the time, because 1 plus 1 can be 3 in someone's world. And that is the reality. I mean, mathematics, even the mathematic world is changing and shifting. They're discovering truths that were not truths before. So everything, even our biology, is they're discovering new truths. So there is no truth, you could say. It's just this line of growth and insight, and the quicker you can realize that someone else is entitled to their own
Perspective.
world. Yes, their own perspective, their own decisions,
I like that idea
lifestyle.
of you being empowered to create your own life in your own bubble and
Yes,
have like kind of a force field,
yes.
so that other people's slings and arrows can't get to you.
But then some people don't want to be alone in their bubble. They've been alone in their bubble for so long that another beautiful picture is, well, who can you invite into your bubble, into your circle, into your sphere? So go out and find people like you, because being alone in the bubble, I mean, some people like being alone. Um,
For periods
well,
of time.
partially, exactly,
Yeah,
partially.
we're
But
humans and we need relationship to some
yes,
extent. Yeah.
exactly. So go out and find people that you want in your bubble, that resonate with you, that understand you, that want the same thing. So that's the possibility to coexist in spheres. Let people be like that over
Be
that
very
community,
selective. Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, as long as no one hurts each other, that's obviously the main point.
Yes.
And words that hurt are unfortunately our own business. If someone's words hurt you, it's not on them, it's on you.
Yes.
Because you can, as you said, create your bubble, understand people better. So the process is not just about understanding yourself, it's about understanding others. It's such a fascinating possibility that you can start changing yourself, but also understand the world around you, which is really, really a beautiful thing. And we need more of that.